Hello, everybody. My name is Adam, and I'm attempting to be the most prolific reviewer of all time. I'm like the mailman. Nor sleet nor hail will prevent me, nor broken elbow will prevent me from doing reviews. My neighbor suddenly deciding to vacuum also will not prevent me from doing reviews. So today I watched the first and only season of a show called Life's Too Short. Is it called Life's Too Short? Gotta get the title right. Um, yeah, Life's Too Short. And the show itself is not that weird. It stars um, Warwick Davies, or Davis, Davis, and he is playing a fictionalized version of himself in a mockumentary. But on one platform, I saw it listed as a documentary, just straight up documentary. And on another platform, which is Google, if you search the name of the series, it's listed as. Um, I don't know what it was listed as. Uh, something weird. Something weird, but it's not saying. Oh, soap opera. Soap opera, yeah. Google lists it as a soap opera. It's not a soap opera. It's not a soap opera and it's not a documentary. Although, when I started watching it, I thought that it was a documentary at first. And I was like, oh, this is so funny. Warwick Davis is really funny. And I think I didn't believe that it was a documentary for it. I kind of got the gist of it by the end of the episode. But if you were able to suspend your disbelief for the entire series, I think it's perfect. So the series was created by Davis and by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Martin. And I, of course, Davis has been a really big part of my, maybe not really big, but a significant part of my childhood because, as the series mentions many times, he played an Ewok in Return of the Jedi, and he played Willow. And Willow is a very uncommercially successful film, but I saw it when I was a kid, and I really liked it. I was like, wow, that's a great film. And actually, this was the time of Nintendo. And I remember, like, one of the only game that I owned, or one of the few games that I owned for Nintendo, was the Willow game. And I remember that it was kind of like Adventures of Zelda, but the graphics were better, and there were like these little blobs that you had to shoot. And I'm sure if I played it now, you could, uh, I would be able to remember everything. And Ricky Gervais, of course, is the somewhat arrogant British comedian who created with Stephen Merchant the British version of The Office, and then that was turned into the American version. So the show is quite meta because it deals with, so especially in the Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant characters, because they're really talking about like the office, and they like everything appears to be real. So there's a great scene with Gervais and Stephen Carell where basically Gervais is asking him to do a guest shot during the last seasons of The Office, and Carell is like, "Oh yeah, yeah, sure, sure, I'll do that." And then they try to turn off the camera and turn off the meeting, but Gervais doesn't know how to do that. So basically, Gervais insults Carell, and then he doesn't know how to turn off the camera. So there's a bit about that, which is really good. And I think that the the series presents this kind of despicable character of Warwick. He's probably not like that in real life, but he plays somebody who's arrogant, who's unsuccessful, you know, who basically is a failure apart from the few roles that he had in in Hollywood, and he has a agency for little people. Like he's a talent manager um, for little people. So that's kind of uh, odd, an odd choice. And the character is sort of like a typical character that's written by Gervais, which is like not very appealing, but you're supposed to like him in the end. And I think because Warwick is such a charming actor, you kind of do like him, even though he does like ridiculous things. And there was one episode towards the end where I almost shut it off because it was too embarrassing for me. Because this is the kind of, yeah, it's like cringe humor. So if you find that funny, you'll you'll find it interesting. But sometimes, I really feel bad for the characters as somebody who has probably mild social anxiety. I'm like, oh my god, I would never live through that. So, but yeah, they're not. I like the fact that they're not just mean to Warwick's character; they're mean to Gervais's character as well, and they don't have any problem making fun of themselves. If you've seen, there's a couple of memes that I've seen going around connected to this series on YouTube Shorts, especially one is where Johnny Depp is coming in and he's like, um, he's yelling at Gervais because Gervais was mocking him at the Golden Globes or something. And like he says all of these jokes and it's kind of funny, kind of aggressive. So there's lots of really big cameos in this as well. So Johnny Depp makes a cameo, Sting makes a cameo, Liam Neeson also a great bit with Liam Neeson. Um, yeah, then probably other people too, and then there's more British cameos of people I'm not quite familiar with. So yeah, I would say I liked the earlier episodes better than the later episodes, but it is really really funny, like some of the things because it is really clever writing. So and it's short. I think it's about 6 episodes, and there's a special. I haven't watched it, but I don't think that you need to watch the special because you can watch the special if you really really like it. But I would say like if when I thought it was a documentary for the first maybe 15 minutes of the first episode, I was like, this is the best documentary I've seen in quite some time, but unfortunately, not a documentary. All right, what did you think about um, the show Life's Too Short, starring Warwick Davis? If you want to leave a comment, that's great. If you want to subscribe to my channel, that would also be great. Uh, I'm trying to have 150 subscribers by the end of January, and I have 144, I believe, at the moment. And yeah, if you want to do other things, you can sign up to the Patreon, and there's a link in the show notes. And if you're listening on Spotify, please give me a follow. Thank you. Bye bye.